What's up guys, it's Thad Swift here from Swift Productions. This video has really been put off a lot. I've been super busy lately. I've been traveling all over the country doing video work. It's just been extremely hectic, and now that I'm actually home for an entire week, I actually have time to make this video now. So this video is kind of a response to a video I made a couple months ago about how I was able to afford a Red camera at the age of 18. That video ended up getting way more attention than I would have ever imagined. It has over 70,000 views, 450 comments, almost 2,000 likes now, and it was even featured on F-Stoppers, which I was not expecting that at all. I was also not expecting that it now has over 300 dislikes. Surprisingly enough, it got a good amount of negative feedback as well as positive, but a lot more negative feedback than I originally would have expected, honestly. I'm going to address some of the questions that I got on the video, as well as some of the negative comments that I got on the video as well. So out of all the negative comments that I got, one of the most common one was that gear shouldn't be the goal. Things along that line. That was like a really common thing that I was getting on that video. So instead I'm going to talk a little bit about what I think on the topic and kind of answer the question that is, should gear be the goal? So right off the bat, I'm going to say that no, I do not think that gear should be the goal. Now I say that meaning that I don't think gear should be your overall goal. Now I also don't think there's anything wrong with having some of your goals including gear in it, and I think a lot of people looked at it very negatively, that me buying the Red as a goal of mine. The thing is, it was a goal, but it wasn't the goal. It wasn't the overall big plan, I guess you could say. Something I actually ended up taking out of the video was where I talked about how the accomplishment itself was what was more important to me than the actual camera. So I'll include that clip right now.
Really, the accomplishment itself is really what is the big deal to me in this entire process. I mean, the camera itself is just a hunk of metal. It's the fact that I'd spent so much time and effort getting to this point, really.
I did take that part out of the video because it was already getting very long and I was trying to keep it as short as possible, but people were saying things like, oh, you know, you shouldn't be so set on the camera, and again, it wasn't really the camera. Like I said, it was just a very big accomplishment of mine that I was very happy with. A lot of people were also saying that you know, the camera doesn't make you better, which I'm fully aware of that. I was never making that claim, and I really think that's a big misconception among a lot of people, that the camera is really what makes or breaks a video, which is not at all true. In the end of the day, content is always going to be king. What's in the video is really the most important thing, and you know, your subjects, your lighting, composition, color, and of course the story, you know, all those kind of things. That's really what makes a video. And I know that owning the Red does not make me a better cinematographer, and I was never making that claim whatsoever. A lot of people were saying that I was not ready for that camera. In all reality, if you've ever used a Red camera, you know that's not at all true. They're extremely user-friendly. It's all touchscreen and everything, and if you know your camera settings, it's literally just as easy as operating an iPhone. You can just swipe through, change your settings. It's just very, very easy to work with. Another point that I wanted to note on is that a lot of people were telling me that I should have just rented it whenever I was actually in need of the camera. Now I shoot almost every day, maybe every other day I shoot a lot. It would get really ridiculous trying to rent it out every single time I needed to use the camera, so that's one reason why I didn't want to rent it. But another reason was I bought it so that I could rent it off. A few people had hinted at that in the comments, saying that I should rent it, and actually a big reason why I bought the camera was so I could rent it off. I know I didn't really talk about that in the original video, but that was one motivation for me to buy it. So yes, I actually do rent off my Scarlet-W, and it's a great way to have some like side income and everything like that, so the camera really pays for itself in a lot of ways. Overall, there's just a lot of negative feedback and a lot of misconceptions and things that people just assumed. I tried to answer a lot of questions in that video, but like things I'd said about the video, such as maybe the money part of things, like I 100% bought that by myself. Yes, as an 18-year-old, yeah, I was still living with my parents, but most people are when they're in high school, so that's pretty standard. I noted that I was paying bills and everything during the time while I was saving up for the camera. Yes, I'm aware that it wasn't a lot of bills, but it was just kind of like a side note to say that like I wasn't just throwing all the money I made at it. I mean, I still had other responsibilities as well, even if they are small. Shooting with the Red has been great. It's definitely been a big step up for me and been able to help me, you know, get better clients and to step up my prices on everything. A lot of people were telling me that I wasted my money on the camera and that I should have bought this and that, and overall, after owning the camera after the last couple months, really, I think that it's proved to be 100% worth it, and I'm really glad that I did make the choice that I did. The images I've gotten out of it are amazing, and overall, for that price, I mean, you would really hope that they are, so I'm really satisfied with it, and I'm looking forward to using it on more projects as I go along. So in a more positive note, I really did make that video to inspire other people, maybe other people in a similar situation to me, or even a different situation, really to show that, you know, age and, you know, different situations that you have don't have to stop you from achieving your goals. And I was really hoping that other people would see that and, you know, take inspiration from it. And luckily I did see a lot of people in the comments say things like, you know, that it inspired people to try out some of their goals, you know, being younger people especially that were intimidated by the whole industry of things and just, you know, taking on actual work. I saw a lot of people saying that they were really interested and inspired to actually move forward with that, so it's great to hear. And I know I saw people that were younger and even older people that as well saw my situation and saw that as an inspiring thing, so I'm really glad for that. That was the actual point of the video. It wasn't to brag or anything like that. I know some people had made comments like that it was just clickbait or something, but I mean it was real. So the goal was really to take something that's a very big goal and, you know, show that a younger person can do something like that. So I mean, if I can do it, then you can do it, and that's really the entire point of the video. I was seeing a lot of different people saying their different goals that they had, very different from me even. Like, I saw a few people saying that they wanted to make short films while they were in high school, and I thought that was really, really cool. Now, personally, you've probably seen my channel and you know that I don't really do much narrative, you know, film type projects. I do a lot of music videos and commercial kind of work, and that's kind of what I have pursued. That's why it makes sense for me to own a Red camera, and it like fits into the kind of industry that I'm wanting to move forward with. And overall, the most popular thing that I've been getting messages on Facebook, Instagram, comments, emails, everywhere, people asking me on how I was able to get clients when I was first starting out and how I was able to get enough clients to afford the Red. So I'm not really going to talk about that right now because I'm going to dedicate an entire video to that, and a lot of people want to know about that. So I'm actually working on a video separately for that, and it'll be coming out very, very quickly after this one. So, and I know a lot of people have been waiting on that. I commented saying things like, yeah, I'm making that video as well. It is coming. I've just been extremely busy. I've been all over the place. Hopefully it can help some people out, and I'm sure I've learned a lot of things over the last year and a half, 2 years of doing professional video work that could definitely help some people starting out, or if you have been doing it for a little while and you're just not getting enough clients and things of that sort. And I'm sure that a lot of you guys would appreciate that. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope that this cleared up any questions you may have had. And make sure you subscribe to see this next video that will be coming out, and then as well as my future work, everything that I'll be doing with the Red and just in general. I appreciate everyone watching. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.